Hi, Mark here. It is 8:18 Eastern, Friday, May the 16th. US session just got underway. Let's have a look how the US dollar is performing, what we can look forward to in this US session, last day of the week. And US dollar, very little activity. You can see over the last 3 days how flat it's been between support at 141, resistance 171. Little to show today. Buyers will be looking to test this resistance level if the US dollar index is to show some strength and demand for US dollar to test this 171 resistance, maybe even get up to test the descending trend line, which has been in place pretty much for the whole of this year. Sellers, of course, will be looking to retest the support level at 145. But if anything, slightly to the upside US dollar to start the new trading day. Let's have a look at the majors, starting with the Euro US. And there's those same 3 days that we saw very timid and narrow on the index. Same thing on Euro US. Tilted somewhat upward to the slightly upward bias based on yesterday's green candle, and so far today sitting a little bit higher than the close yesterday. 4-hour range, very narrow. 111.70 is support, and on the upside is 112.30, roughly it's a 50 plus pip trading range. Buyers will be wanting to look to test this resistance area. Sellers, of course, will want to come down and test the support area. That's on the daily. If I go to the 4-hour, you can see we're sitting right in the middle of this 4-hour range, 111.70 downside and 112.30 on the upside. Hasn't yet picked a direction for the day. Let's have a look at the pound. I'll start off on the daily. On the daily, US dollar strength, we're seeing selling pound, buying US so far to start the day. We've got 4-hour resistance at 133.33, and I have 4-hour support at 132.61, but also last 3 days pretty narrow. If I go to the 4-hour, well, there we can see certainly more activity than on the euro. We see right now selling pound, buying US, so US dollar showing some strength at the start of the US dollar at the US session, supported 132.63. Sellers of pound, buyers of US will be looking to test that support area. Buyers, of course, will be looking to get above the resistance at 133.33. But US dollar strength to start the session. Let's have a look at the US yen and see if it's also a case of US starting on the front foot. And yes, it is. You can see that with 3 days of selling US, buying yen, continued today, support at 144.88. Buyers have bounced back, and you can see a small green candlestick starting to form on the daily. Let's zoom in on the 4-hour. There you can see that's up the support level at 144.87. Buyers fighting back, US buyers fighting back US dollar strength, looking to build during the US session, and resistance sitting at 146.26 for now. And then let's look at the US dollar Canadian. See if we see US dollar showing some strength to start the day. Yes, but within a very limited range. You can see that we've got support at 139.35, and I've got resistance at 140. So roughly a 60-65 pip range as well. Sellers did try lower on the daily. You can see that there's the support, but as going into the US session, US is trying to fight its way back, sitting right now at 139.68, and buyers will be looking to come up and test the 140 level. If I go to the 4-hour, There you can see the initial sell-off, selling US, buying Canadian, but at the previous 4-hour candlestick, current 4-hour candlestick shows US dollar trying to fight its way back off this support at 139.57. Sitting right now 139.68. Buyers will be looking up at that 140 level. Good trading, and I will see you at the end of today's session.